Hello, my sweet and precious students. Welcome back. We're going to talk today about some unit conversions. We are in lesson 50 on the second edition, Math 8-7. This starts on page 302, right around there. And these are unit conversions. These are going to be a huge thing that you do this year, next year, and when you do physics, and when you do chemistry, and when you do a whole bunch of stuff. So if you don't know how these work, you got to figure it out, okay? First things first, let's just give you some help here. I just got something in my eye. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 3 feet equals 1 yard. There are 5280 feet in 1 mile. Okay, these are some helpful ones for you to have, and these are, make sure you're using the correct abbreviation as well. MI for mile, because M is meters. All right, so what we're going to do is unit conversions. The word unit just means 1. And so we're looking at these fractions that equal 1, but they're going to be 2 different things. For example, example number 1 says, write 2 unit multipliers for 3 feet equals 1 yard. The way you would write that is 3 feet over 1 yard. Our units here are super important. You can't put 3 over 1. You got to put feet and yards in there as well. Or you can write it as 1 yard over 3 feet. Both of these things equal 1 because there are 3 feet in a yard, right? And 1 yard equals 3 feet. So the whole thing equals 1 because it's equivalent over, like if you have 17 over 17, that equals 1. Okay, so example number 2, now we're going to use these. Example number 2 is a 240 yards to feet. This is how you write the problem down, okay? And now you start by doing 240 yards and you put that over 1. And we're going to be using a unit conversion. And for right now, we're just doing 1 unit conversion. We start to do 2 a little bit later. So this is going to be your setup. Now you're ready to work. Yards are upstairs here. They need to be downstairs here because we're going to be canceling those out. So yard, go back up here and look. In 1 yard, there are 3 feet. 3 feet in 1 yard. And make sure you get those numbers right. You don't want 3 yards and 1 feet because that does not equal 1. Now we're going to cancel this out, okay? Because it's upstairs and it's downstairs, right? Just like if we have a 3 upstairs and 3 downstairs, we can cancel those out. Now, downstairs I have 1 times 1, and anything over 1 is itself, so I don't even need to do anything with that, okay? Upstairs I have 240 times 3. 240 times 3. The unit that I have remaining is feet. Now, this step is very important. I still want you to do the whole math part where you get 720, right? Yeah, 720, just making sure. 720, because 240 times 3 would give us 720 feet, right? I want you to do, this is going to be your answer, but this is actually a really critical part here, okay? Because they get more complicated. Example number 3 says, convert 350 millimeters into centimeters. So this is another good step to have your notes. On your notes over here, you're going to have 10 millimeters in equals 1 centimeter. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. So that's good to have just off to the side, right? Good. Okay, so now we've got the problem written down. We're going to do 350 millimeters, and we put it over 1, and then we've got to multiply it by a unit conversion. All right. Well, millimeters are upstairs here, so they have to go downstairs here. And we want to go 2 centimeters, right? In 2 centimeters. So in 1 centimeter, there are 10 millimeters. Again, make sure you don't put a 1 down here and a 10 up here because that would not be accurate. Equals, and I've got my key over here, so I'm going to write down here. The millimeters can cancel out because there's 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs, right? Upstairs, I have 350 times 1, which is 350. I think I could squeeze it all in here. Downstairs, I have 1 times 10, so that can't cancel out. The unit I have remaining is centimeters. It's going to be centimeters right there. These guys, lob your zeros off, and you have equals 35 centimeters. That is your answer. Excellent. All right, so go ahead and do the practice problems. Are at the bottom of 303 and 304. If you need, there's the practice problems there. And then here are the practice problems, kind of hard to see. There are the practice problems at the top there. There you go. So go ahead and pause the video, do those practice problems, and then come on back. Okay, so practice problem. Now, if you're not doing the practice problems on your notes, you need to be doing them on your homework, one or the other. All right, so A is going to be, so we want to write 2 unit multipliers for each pair of equivalent measures. So we have 1 yard equals 36 inches, or 36 inches equals 1 yard. And that's because in a foot, there are 12 inches in a foot and there are 3 feet in a yard. So 12 times 3 gives us 36. For B, 100 centimeters is 1 meter, or 1 meter is 100 centimeters. All right, for C, 16 ounces in 1 pound, or 1 pound equals 16 ounces. All right, let's do this. On the next page, we have D. D, convert 10 yards to inches. So you write the problem down, 10 yards into inches. All right, so 10 yards over 1 times something. Now, yards are upstairs here, so they're going to be downstairs here. Upstairs here is going to be inches. And if we go back and we look at our unit conversions that we had here, you'll see 1 yard, 36 inches, or 36 inches in 1 yard. So we come back up here, 36 inches in 1 yard. That is going to, so we'll cancel out our yards and yards because we have 1 upstairs and 1 downstairs. So that's going to be 10 times 36, and then downstairs is 1 times 1, so that's, we can get rid of that, inches, because that's our remaining unit. That reduces down to 360 inches. Okay, D. E. 24 feet is how many yards? 24 feet to yards. So 24 feet over 1 times, now we have feet upstairs here, so they have to go downstairs here, and we're going into yards. Now I need to make this thing equal 1. In 1 yard, there are 3 feet. Cancel out your feet. And now I have 24 upstairs. 24 times 1 is 24. 1 times 3 is 3. And the unit remaining is yards. Now I can simplify that down. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 yards. Okay. Put some boxes around my answers. E and then F. All right, so for F we have, in Old England, 12 pence equaled 1 shilling. 12 pence equaled 1, oh, there we go, 1 shilling. Merlin had 24 shillings. How many, that's the same as how many pence? Well, if I multiply this by something, right? He had 24 shillings, so I want to get rid of shillings, so I'm going to put 24 shillings up here. So over 24 shilling in over 1. I'm kind of doing this one backwards. Usually we start with this first, okay? Equals, so shilling goes away. Now I just have downstairs, I have 1 times 1, which is 1, so we can get rid of that. Upstairs I have 12 times 24, and the unit that I have remaining is pence. Let's do the math on that. 12 times 24 is 288. So that equals 288 pence. And yeah, math takes a lot of paper to do. So make sure that you, and I know, just recycle paper, you know, you're going to use a lot of paper. We're not saving trees here, and I'm so sorry. But you do use a lot of paper. Don't want you to try and squeeze things into little boxes, right? Use as much paper as you need is what I'm trying to get at. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, great work, and we'll see you on the next lesson.